105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
A bunch of the people that do this for money believe, do you? I think people that do this for a living are starting to believe, do you? I think people that do this not for their health and not for fun are believing on the Tennessee Volunteers, do you? I think people believe this is going to be a really close game on Saturday. Do you? I see this as a real opportunity on Saturday, do you? Tony Basilio on a Monday. Fired up folks prepared to be with you. Man, this is, down through the years when you interview kids that play sports here, they have a saying, and even coaches will say this too. It's why you come to a school like this. That's what they say. Hey, Bino, a week like this, I was talking to Will the Thrill Heflin, VIP play, a few minutes ago, who's going to jump in with us, but on this Monday, because the line has moved precipitously overnight. I want to talk about that. But Bino, the athletes and the coaches that end up at a school like this will usually say, weeks like this are why I'm here. Weeks like this are why I'm here. And I was talking to, and this goes to everybody. This goes to my friends at Calhoun's on the River Friday. This goes to Goldbrick Joe, who tells me that, like the Georgia weekend, you'll make Uber driver like him make triple the amount of money that you make, because it is a whole weekend party. I mean, you can feel it in the air right now, Bean Star. It literally, for the first time, is football time in Tennessee. We cannot pretend. We're done pretending. I mean, look, that's fun. The kicking scrimmage over the weekend and the first 2 weeks of the year, because we really know nothing about these two teams. I know nothing about. I mean, I know that I like Joey Aguilar, but really, we know nothing. And so we've been studying for our first test of the year, and we're going to get an opportunity. And the Vols have a shot. The Vols have a real shot in this game. Bino, it just, they say it just means more. Man, you wake up on a week like this where we've had, and I was talking to Maury Hanks today, we've had 2 weeks of fall weather here. It's been glorious here in East Tennessee. Those of you outside the area, it's been absolutely glorious here. Bino, it just feels different right now, man. You can feel it in the air.
Yeah, Tony, it is the reason that players come to SEC schools to play football. It is the reason that we're all still huge fans of the game or weekends like this. And in a Captain Obvious statement of the year, we're going to find out exactly who we are on Saturday. We have no clue yet. Yep. We're going to find out on Saturday.
Yep.
And if we're going to exceed what most of us thought this season was going to be, then Tennessee will be competitive for 4 quarters, unlike what we've seen so far in this series. And Tony, as I've gotten older,
yep,
it takes a little longer for me to get excited, even a little longer in the week. This is going to be a long week because I'm jacked right now, which makes me feel like I believe Tennessee has a real shot to do something special on Saturday.
I had a dream last night that I was hanging out with some Vol legends, including Peyton Manning, with my brother-in-law, and we were down somewhere. I don't even know. We were like in my hometown. I mean, it's a very strange dream. I got this thing way on my brain like Bino does. And here's what I'm holding. Now, I'm hanging my hopes on the fact that you're playing a quarterback that has not started an SEC game on the road. That's my hopes. Now, do I draw anything from what Georgia's done? People are saying, well, Georgia's Georgia's offensive line, and Georgia's defensive line, and Georgia this. And if you want to draw conclusions on what they did the first two games, I'm not going to rain on anybody's parade. But you are kidding yourself if that's what you're doing. If you want to draw conclusions on the fact that through two games, Tennessee's played clean, purposeful football, I got you there. I'll go with you on that one. If you want to draw conclusions on the fact that Joey football might be different, okay, I'll drink to that. Tennessee's got a little shake and wiggle in the running game. Maybe they found something in this revamped offensive line. Okay. We have a lot to talk about. Now, the line moved overnight, 3.5 points. Now, in your betting life, a 3.5 point move on a line, to quote Radar O'Reilly, is highly significant. Is it not, Bino?
It is, Tony, especially if there's no injury involved. And Will can speak on this a lot more intelligently than I can. But it takes a ton of money to move a line 3.5 points if it is not an injury situation. And, usually, and I think Will can correct me if I'm wrong here too, usually that early flow is pro money trying to get out in front of this thing.
We will, when we come back, hear from Willie. We'll hear from Brian. We'll hear from you at 865-200-5402 as we're fan running to the stars today, a.k.a. Chase Thomas. And then, who knows what happens with us. But in the meantime, we hear from Josh Hyper in an hour, and we continue with more as we break it down scientifically, moving right to left across your device, through your dial, through your AM and FM who thought that I left them. More after this.
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw, available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com, or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage.
Why limit great savings to just one weekend? This year, our Labor Day special lasts all month long.
It's the September Smart Comfort event from Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month only, enjoy valuable home comfort upgrades at no extra cost when you install a new HVAC system or water heater to prepare your home for the colder months ahead. This September, you can get a free furnace upgrade with qualifying HVAC system installation or free sediment filter with water heater installation. Pipe Wrench is your partner for energy-efficient and cost-effective upgrades that keep your family comfortable and safe year-round. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. No rush, no stress, just smart seasonal savings for HVAC or water heater installations until the end of September. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
Tony B back with you, 865-200-5402. All of our NFL teams won over the weekend. And our Volunteers are undefeated. And Georgia's coming to town. And we're fired up, focused, and prepared for all these truths. We bring VIP play Will Heflin in the mix with us. His group is meeting the moment, and the moment they are meeting. Heflin, the line moved 3.5 points. Now, C made a really good point, which I put in the blog, which is we have such little information on Georgia and Tennessee through 2 games. That the line that was introduced last night was the same exact line that was the look-ahead line back in the spring, which tells you that Vegas looks at this, the people that do this for a living, look at this game like it's the season opener for both teams. That line has not moved. Before we get to the movement, Bino, Willie and Bry, is that correct? When the look-ahead line stays exactly the same 2 weeks into a season, that means we have no information on both teams. No discernible information or reasons to move the line. Bino, do you agree with that?
Yes. Either they feel like the teams are pretty much exactly what they projected them to be, or they don't know.
Or could it be there's not been much action on that particular game yet?
Well, no, Brian.
All of
those could be true. Or,
we'll have
the biggest thing, especially on Georgia's side, is they haven't shown anything. And Tennessee showed a little bit in the Syracuse game. They obviously scored a ton of points this weekend. But leading up to when the line really opened after this past Saturday, it opened at 7.5. It's just a feeler anyways. So I think, that's probably not the part to dig in too much to. The biggest deal is, like you guys were talking about, it immediately went to 4.5, and Bino was absolutely right. It's the pro money, often at a limited amount, that comes in first, and all the sports books and all the Vegas people, that your insiders, your bookmakers, everybody. It's kind of an industry-wide collaboration project to get to a number. And obviously the early money came in on Tennessee, and the respected money. It's not as much about how much is being bet, because the limits are smallest at open, but it's who's betting it, right? And when all of the kind of respected opinions are coming in on one side, then it typically moves like that. But I think the other biggest factor that's not necessarily anything to do with the sports books is the time that Tennessee is playing Georgia. And like you said, it's Gunnar Stockton's first SEC road game, but it's also the conference opener, which is not when these two teams have met the past couple years. And I think that could help Tennessee. But obviously, if you're Georgia, you're thinking, okay, we really haven't shown anything, and kind of sleptwalk through the first 2 weeks. So Kirby has a way of getting these guys up, but at the same time, they may not be as a well-oiled machine per se as when we normally get them kind of later in the year.
Will, you being inside the gambling matrix, okay? Because it looks like this line's going to bounce around, because now you got pros and Joes. Pros moved the line overnight, and it moved 3 points, which is highly significant. Bino says, and I don't know what the handle, when we're talking about in the contiguous United States of America, I don't know what the handle would be on a Tennessee-Georgia game. I would imagine it'd be quite significant, and here's why. You're probably going to have 15 or 16 million people watching that game. I mean, it's going to be a huge audience. If the early season signature game was any indication, which is Texas, Ohio State, which had 19 million, maybe 10, 11, 12 million, whatever the number is. And many of the people that watch want to put a few bucks on it. Just have a little action. Will, what's the line do from here? Does it stay there? Does it come down some, even by kickoff, or does it move back to the original number? What's your sense of, if you were to predict when we talk on Friday, what would the line do between now and then?
Between now and then, Tony, I don't know that it moves a whole lot. I'm assuming there was some buyback on Georgia there at the 4.5, which is probably why it didn't go even further out of the gate. And it'll probably stay pretty stagnant. May move half a point here and there throughout the week, but Saturday is when we could see another big move. I don't know what to tell you in terms of what direction. If I had to say, where do I think this will close? Either where it is now, maybe back up to 5.5. I'd be pretty surprised if it got, anywhere below 3.5, which actually you might see today. But it'll keep going down until there's buyback on Georgia. And so, certainly that would happen at 2.5 or 3. So they may put it, it may get down to that. And then bounce back up a little bit. But if I had to predict where it'll close, I think probably we're right where it's at, between 4 and 5.
Being a discerning someone that watches these markets, are you surprised that so much money came in on Tennessee overnight? Bino, is that a surprise to you?
Yes, Tony, that surprises me with the recent history of this series And I think Will's right. I think especially when the public starts betting it, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, I can get Georgia for under 6 points, who's killed Tennessee 4 or 5 years in a row, beating them 8 years in a row. I want some Georgia. I'll be surprised. I'm like Will. If it goes in any direction, it's going to go back towards 6, I think, rather than go anywhere lower than 4.5.
The number this week, guys, is 17. That's the key number. Gamblers talk about key numbers all the time. If you want to Google something, Google like key numbers in football. It's very interesting how these people think. But 17 is the key number this week for me. And it's going to be my theme. You realize, guys, in Heupel's tenure, the 4 games against Georgia, 17 is the high water mark for points, Brian. Do you find that accurate, Bri? 17's the high water mark?
Unfortunately, yeah, I do.
I got news for you. You're not winning this game if you score 17 points. Bino, you agree or disagree with that?
I agree, Tony. No way you're winning at 17 points.
Better figure out a way. If you're Tennessee, I don't care if it's punt returns, taking a kickoff back for a touchdown. I don't care. Scooping up a fumble. Better figure out a way to get more than 17 points this weekend. Because 17 ain't going to float. It's not going to work. Not going to cut it. No bueno. No bueno. And so the question becomes, how do you do it? 865-200-5402. I tell you right now, my theme all week is going to be the crowd in Dillon Stadium has to, and Will, this is another component of why I think the Sharps love this thing, because they know what I know, what you know, which is when you get in front of these hostile crowds, well, you know this from pitching, and that heart rate starts racing, and your cortisol level starts shooting through the roof, especially if something bad happens early. Now, if something good happens early, you get everybody a little quiet down, capiche. But Willie, this quarterback making his first start in Neyland Stadium and lathered up, oiled up Neyland Stadium, and we've had some fireworks in that 3:30 Eastern window, Will, during the Heupel tenure. We've had some really loud fireworks in that window, Willie.
That's a great window. 3:30 is a great window. You got time. You got time to get energized if you're the fan. But it's not quite a night game, which sometimes the fatigue can set in. You would think the night games are the most rowdy, and that's true. But it can go across the line, if you will, from being locked into the game and rowdy and just exhausted all your energy. But here, it's an interesting point you bring it up about this being in Neyland, because I asked a longtime bookmaker a couple months ago. We were just talking about football season coming up in general, and I had always been curious, like, how much does home field really matter? Obviously, it depends on the stadium, but in the NFL, I had assumed it was about 3 points. Maybe up to 4 in certain environments, say Arrowhead, Seattle, stuff like that. And he told me maybe a couple years ago, a decade ago or so, and now it's more like 2. It's actually come down a little bit. And I was like, well, what about college? You would think that would have an even bigger impact. The bigger stadiums, the kids are younger, more emotional swings in the game. And he was like, yeah, in some environments it can be worth more than that too. But even college, you typically not worth 4 points. This is a game, Tony, where I'd be curious if they were at Georgia or say neutral site, would the line have come down that much immediately? I say no shot. And I think the fact that Stockton's making his first true road game start, and we were talking last night, you and I were, and he did start the Sugar Bowl against Notre Dame in last year's playoffs. I don't remember, but I would guess that was somewhat of a 50-50 split. 2 really good fan bases, both kind of far away from New Orleans where it was played. So not a true road environment. This is one of those weeks where, kind of like 22 Alabama, if Tennessee's going to win this ball game, the home crowd and the home field advantage is going to be a huge reason in that. Are you for that?
Beanstar, what do you think?
Yes. That's interesting stuff. Will, really is. I think there are venues that are these days in this league actually worth more than 3 points. Mm-hmm. And I think Tennessee's one of those venues. Yes, I think the crowd can have a huge effect on this game on a quarterback, possibly on a quarterback that's never started in a true road game in the conference.
To the phones we go. In fact, you could swallow the guy Saturday. Truth be told. He comes out, kicks the ball around, coughs the ball up. They're not sharp early. If they finally get gotten for not taking opponents before they play these real games seriously, because Georgia's done it. It's not just Tennessee. Georgia's done it too, guys. Georgia's done this thing in the league where they played one year. They played a rancid Missouri team, and they just kind of fiddled around, messed around, and we were getting so much, juice from it. And then lo and behold, they take the field and they're thumping us.
I think there was a MAC team they played that was maybe a 2-score game at the end of a bad MAC team, too, that they just kind of farted around with.
Yes, Bri. It's crazy. Crazy. Let's go to the phone.
Hey, Tony, you know something that I find that I was thinking about this morning I find really interesting is throughout my entire fanhood, and that's a long time, this slot on our schedule has forever been the who are we slot. When I first started following Tennessee, this is the slot that Auburn always fell in. And that game always seemed to be a harbinger of who we were. Then it was Florida, years and years and years. Who are we? We find out against Florida. Now, all of a sudden, Georgia's in this slot. So it's just interesting to me that on our schedule, this is where it always falls.
Amen, Bino. Because truthfully, looking back at the Syracuse game, and I'm not cheese moving like I wrote in the blog today, I'm not. That Syracuse team told you nothing. That Syracuse team lost, or rather won, a game and had to run wind sprints in front of their fans after the game. They were getting booed out of their own stadium for 90% of their football game with UConn. And Jim Mora Jr. and UConn, they took the foot off the gas late in the third quarter in a 2-score game and paid the price because they should have beaten that team. They had them beat, but they just went all conservative and, did what some of these teams do. There is so much to talk about today. We'll go to the phones. I'll tell you this. The Southeastern Conference, we knew was going to be compelling before the year. The SEC slate this weekend's really interesting because you got a Florida team fighting for their life with LSU. Obviously, you have this game, the middle of the card, the bottom of the card. The games are so good. It's going to be so fun in the league this year. This is going to be so much fun. And so interesting. As VIP play Willie's in the house with us. Brian Hartman, that you hear that extra charge in his voice, that's because his Jags yesterday played Travis Hunter on both sides of the line of scrimmage, which is exactly what I'd do if I were them. And he's going to be a great player in the NFL. Let's go to the phones. Shout out to my Buffalo Bill fans listening everywhere. A comeback for the ages last night on Sunday Night Football. And then a good one on Monday Night Football tonight, an inter-divisional matchup in the Norris division. Let's go to the phones. 865-200-5402 is the numero uno. And let's get our first call in on the TLD Logistics phone lines. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air. Hello, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, can you hear me?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah. Hey, so this is Peyton from Gainesville, Georgia.
Hey, Peyton. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good talking to you. I've been a long-time listener, and I just felt the need to call in after watching the boys down in Tampa take care of business in the swamp. And I've decided to change my win count. I had us going 9-3, thinking that we were going to lose to Florida. I'm going to go ahead and switch Florida with Oklahoma, which will be the toss-up, because I don't know if Florida's going to win. I can only pencil in one more game that they might win, and that's Kentucky.
When you look at Florida's schedule, it's very easy to do that. Here's my cautionary tale. All these teams are still trying to work it out. It took Florida last year 3 or 4 games to kind of get it going. It might be that they're a slow starting team. I think they're talented. So I have trouble throwing, just like I said about Alabama last week, I have trouble throwing dirt on anybody at this point in the year. However, when it comes to the Florida Gators, their schedule is not going to let them breathe. I mean, when you look down at their schedule, Bino, to this gentleman's point, he's got a really good one, Bino, because there's no breathers on their schedule.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, how do you recover when your next 3 games are you go to Baton Rouge to play LSU, you go to Miami to play Miami, and then you have an open date, and then Texas rolls in there, and then you go to College Station. I mean, where is the game where you get back on your feet?
And to your point, Peyton, the best you come out of that, the absolute best is 3-3. If you come out of that 3-3, you should feel like $1 million if you're a Florida fan.
Yeah, I got one last thing to say. Florida got mollywopped this weekend, and they got 8 more mollywopping heading their way. Thank you.
That's
Shout out to Florida.
Directed at the caller, Florida, who, by the way, we kept a light on for him all night on Garza Law 5th Quarter Fan Reaction. I kept one line available for him, and he was nowhere to be found. Caller, Florida. Because look at you. Now you don't talk so loud. And now you don't seem so proud. Little Bob Dylan for you. Back to our busy phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on our TLD Logistics phone lines on a Monday. It is Georgia week. Get your game face on. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, what's going on, brother?
Game face.
Hey, Tony, I don't know. There's a level of intensity here that it's in the air. I hope I'm not getting way out over my skis, Basilio, but I'll tell you what, that stadium, it's going to be cranked up to 10, and you're going to plug the amplifier in, Tony. It's going to be one of them days. If something good can happen early,
that's right.
We got a real shot.
That's right.
We got a real shot, Tony.
The trick is,
I took a lot of hope in watching Browns has preached that it's an era of teams. It's not an era of programs. Mm-hmm. I think Georgia's trying to find out what they got still. I think we're trying to find out what we got. I don't think you beat Georgia with the game manager playing quarterback, Tony. You got to have a playmaker. And after Saturday, we'll know if we got a playmaker or not, Tony. I think we got a real shot to get a signature win Saturday.
Now, Josh, let me ask you something, because this is one of my many concerns about this game this week. Okay, I like the Aguilar guy a lot. You know that. I call him Joey Football. I called him out when he signed. I wanted to believe that we were going to have a Disney ending, and I'm for Disney endings. Okay, I'm all for it. The ball where he improvises and throws it up to Matthews, okay? Somebody called the Garza Law 5th Quarter Fan Reaction the other night and said, that's good when you're playing ETSU. You can out-jump that DB. When you're playing a Georgia safety and you feel comfortable throwing a ball like that, it's going to be picked off.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's easy to say.
Do you agree?
That's easy to say.
Do you agree?
No, hell no, I don't agree with it. Football's football. You play football. Sometimes you get breaks. Sometimes you got to overcome bad breaks. That's a damn game.
Bino, does the comfortability with this kid's improvising, where somebody compared him to Brett Favre the other night, his comfortability with improvising, does it scare you a little bit, Bino, in this signature game? The fact that it'll go off script, or does that going to help?
Tony, I'd rather have someone in this game that's unafraid than someone that's afraid. I kind of agree that ball doesn't work against Georgia, but that plays more like a punt than it is a difference-making turnover if they make that play. The play that scares me is trying to pick up an errant snap and fumbling the ball and giving someone a short field, or not knowing when to get down when you run the football. Those two things scare me more about Joey than the fact that he's a gunslinger.
Tony, what's going to win the game? What's going to win the game is the line of scrimmage. They've dominated the damn line of scrimmage for 8 years in a row, and we've lost. So Heupel needs to challenge Ronnie Gardner, Tim Banks, and that defense. We have to stop the run and put them in third and long situations, and then go after his ass in that stadium with that crowd. We have to stop the run. If we can do that, hey, look out, Tony. Hey, listen, this fan base, a lot of these young guys don't know. In the 80s and 90s, I got used to SEC titles. This program is every bit the damn program Georgia or LSU or anybody outside Alabama's been in this conference. There's no damn excuse to lose to Georgia for 8 straight years. None. If you're going, they've been the ball cow and the standard for the last 4 or 5 years. If you're going to take the damn belt from the champion, you have to take it. You can't play scared. You got to bust them in the damn mouth and go take it and win this damn game. Go Big Orange!
We're ready to go back to our phones at 865-200-5402. Will Heflin, did that put some lead in your pencil? Because you sound half dead this morning.
Tony, I'm not. Did
that put some lead in your pencil? That's what I want to know. Did he fire you up and turn you toward the light?
I'm focused and prepared. I'll be fired up by midweek. How about that?
Hey, Bino, it's a slow burn for me till Friday. You know, we got to pace ourselves around here. Apparently, Josh didn't get the memo, and it is the Josh Copper Card call of the day, because if I wanted to, I'd just give him the Copper Card every time he speaks into a phone. Right, Bri? He'd win the Copper Card call of the day every day, Bri, if we wanted to. I mean,
Josh is tremendous.
Hey, guys, you want to talk?
He's the best.
One thing he said, he's flipped it in there. He said we got to stop the run.
Yep.
And that is a big deal, because Georgia's running back, Frazier, he's a ball player and he's extremely physical. And we've got to be able to run the ball. We've got to be able to use all 3 backs in a different form or fashion and get some value out of them. Because I agree with, you've got to have somebody that's willing to take the shots for a game like this. And I think that's part of the reason people know that Tennessee's got a puncher's chance. It's because they're going to throw a punch. And that's really, I mean, that's all you can ask for. And like we keep saying, after that Syracuse game, we were like, you know what? This kid is going to give us a chance to win some games. Maybe we wouldn't win without him. And we may have to win a few in spite of him. And that's okay. Because the ceiling is high. It really is. I don't know how low the floor is. But we do know the ceiling is high, and I would much rather have that, because you go into a game like this thinking we hit a few of those and we know we're going to take them this year, which is a different story. We know he's going to cut it loose when the opportunity's there. Then you can go to sleep with that, knowing you give it your best shot, and going into it, you know you've got a real shot.
Hey, Bino, poor flatlining Nico the other night, man. That interception he threw at the end of that game. I know it's convenient to say this. I would never, ever, if I was UCLA, trade those two quarterbacks. I know it's a convenient thing to say now, and I know it makes very little sense. And God knows what's going to happen with our season. I'm so glad that guy is gone. He threw the ball right to that safety the other night, Bino. They were getting ready to win the game. They had come back. His defense is the reason they came back. Did you happen to see it, Bino?
I did, Tony.
Oh,
I did.
They were going to win the game. Poor guy, man.
Yeah,
and I feel sorry
just
for
who
him.
he is, Tony. It's just who he is. And it doesn't seem to matter the coach. Even ours, who was an out of nowhere quarterback that led a team to a national championship. Those guys are all they're all influenced by the way a guy can throw a football standing there in shorts. And they don't take enough into account who can manage a football game and who can read a defense.
Hey, Will, you know what it reminds me of? And I'm not placating to you. I'm not sucking up to you, right? But in baseball, these managers and these coaches are so obsessed with velo that they don't worry about who can get a guy out, who can think, who can spot, who can pitch. How about the concept of pitching, Eflin? Who can pitch? There's a lot of guys that can throw it hard that can't play. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can throw it hard that can't play. Nico happens to be one of them. And I liken this Aguilar guy, Will, to a guy that can pitch. Because now he's a veteran. It's kind of slowed down for him. They're going faster than they have since the Hendon Hooker days, which obviously they did that from the jump. So they knew this kid could handle it. And I'll bet they probably midway through that summer were probably going, you know what? We got ourselves a guy here that can handle this. Nico, Will, were they going to be able to go this fast with Nico, Will, in your humble opinion?
No, not even close. They throttled it down a ton last year, and I don't think it would have been. It probably would have been a little bit faster second year as a full starter, but I think Josh seems more comfortable getting into the flow of a drive. The rhythm is so important for this offense to work. But to your point about the baseball comparisons, I mean, the highest form of compliment that you could give a pitcher, quarterback is similar. In other sports, maybe a point guard, similar. You get called a gamer, and that's a compliment. You get called a ball player, and to me, from what I've seen so far, Joey's a gamer, and that gives you a chance. That it really does. You feel like you're in the fight. We saw two gamers go at it last night who are obviously extremely, really talented. In Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, but those guys are both gamers, right? You just feel like one way or another, it's going to be tight at the end. And I think when Tennessee gets in these really, really competitive SEC games, knowing you've got a gamer, you just want to have a shot when you get to the end of the game with your guy having the ball in his hands.
And what I love about this guy, that's a great
something
point.
With Joey, that if you can get him to that, you feel like you've got a good shot.
This guy, all he wanted was a crack of light. And Tennessee is his crack of light, and he's going to walk right through that door. And he's got a great opportunity this weekend. Tennessee wins this game. I don't care what he does. He will emerge a guy they're talking about for the Heisman Trophy. Tennessee wins this game. And they have a golden opportunity. They have a Georgia team that's a lot better than they are. They just are. They have better players. But that Georgia quarterback has never played.
I'm sorry, Tony.
No, that Georgia quarterback's never played a road game in this league. That's a huge deal. Ask the Simmons kid from Ole Miss, who I think got hurt over the weekend. He looked awful at Kentucky. Ole Miss is superior to Kentucky. And if Kentucky can rattle you, imagine what Neyland Stadium can do to you. Good, Bino. And then we go to the phones.
I don't want to be a fool here, Tony, because I know that Joey's sitting back there in a rocking chair against our first two opponents, and he's got plenty of time, and he's not going to have that on Saturday. But it's the first time in a long time that I've seen since Hendon Hooker left, that I've seen one of our quarterbacks stand back there and process what's going on and go through progressions.
To the phones we go. 865-200-5402. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Good morning, Tony. This is Jason Stevens from the Tennessee River in Florence, Alabama. How y'all?
Great to talk to you, my man.
What I know the big subject this week is certainly for our big game coming up. And I don't want to get over my skis, but I think like the exciting caller a couple ago, he was pretty excited and pumped up, and I hope he's right. Hope we take it to him and can stop this big streak. But what I really wanted to discuss was, did y'all watch the last of the USF Florida game?
Sure did. Absolutely. We watched. If you go back, you can watch along with us. We watched it live on our Garzalaw fifth quarter fan reaction, and it was quite amazing, my man.
The thing here is we want to talk about Castleball or whatever his name is down in Florida, not being able to manage the clock. That was the worst job that Florida did in the last 2.5 minutes that I think I've ever seen in the game.
We were commenting on it in real time. He is not known as a great strategist in the sport for a reason. Being able to be really hard to bungle a game more than Florida's head coach did the last 2.5 minutes. That was really bad.
Yeah, Tony, I watched the game. I watched the end of the game anyway. I got home in time to watch the end of the game. But go through a couple of things that you guys saw that brought you to that conclusion.
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, one thing, they get the ball. It's Florida now. It's got the ball back for 2.5 minutes to go, first down. And I may be wrong here. They may have passed all 3 times, but I know they passed twice for incomplete pass, which stopped the clock.
Correct.
And South Florida had to use one of their 2 timeouts, but they still got 1 timeout, and they got the 2-minute timeout.
That's right.
Because he passed 2 plays. Yes, absolutely. If he completes them, that's great. But you don't take that chance when you got 2-point lead, and you need them to burn up those timeouts. Anyway, it gave South Florida the ball back with 1 timeout left and the 2-minute timeout. So in essence, 2 timeouts left. And then of course they got off a couple good plays, got down there, and was able to save that last timeout for the field goal. I mean, I don't pull for Florida. I was pulling against them. I was happy to see it. But when he threw that ball 2 times, when they had the ball, and I thought, what are you thinking? But anyway, and I know coaches make mistakes like players do, but it just tickled me because Florida was on there last week, Wednesday or Thursday on your show, and man, he just ramped and raved about how they was going to win all these next few games, every one of them. He listed them. We're going to beat South Florida. We're going to beat Miami. We're going to beat A&M. He just he was crazy. And so anyway, I got a little bit of a joy out of, how you do when Florida loses or Alabama loses.
Loving every minute of it. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, and you bring up a great point. He completely mismanaged it. We were watching it real time. Matt said, could you do a worse job with your clock management than that? When we come back, Florida's in the soup. And how alive is Oklahoma? Oklahoma wakes up today with the realization, and we've talked about this in the offseason, you are your schedule. Tennessee's schedule gives Tennessee an opportunity this year to do things that several of you thought were possible that I didn't this season, because I didn't think Tennessee could get to the playoff this year. And I still don't know if I do. I'm kind of crawling with this team before I can walk, if that's fair. Oklahoma wakes up today, a Beanstar, with the realization that all 13 of their opponents, all of their SEC opponents left are ranked in this week's top 25.
Yeah, thanks, SEC.
Is there a schedule in the Big Ten where you could say that? Let me help you out. No. Is there a schedule in the ACC where you could say that? No. Is there a schedule in what's left of the Big 12 after the weekend where you could say that? No. How about Mississippi State, Bino, beating that Arizona State team? We keyed on that game last week. I never dreamed in a million years that Mississippi State could throw the ball vertically, could look like that. And for them to let that kid get behind them at the end of that game was one of the craziest things. It's why we love college football. There's no reason to let that guy behind you there, Bino.
I know one thing. There's no one involved in Arizona State sports that is ever going back to Starkville. Those cowbells and all that stuff, they had to feel like they had landed in on a different planet or something.
And poor Mike Keith. I mean, can you imagine sitting there for 4 hours trying to call a game with that clanging, click, clack, clanging? Because I'm doing the 4-box, because I have YouTube TV, so I'm watching the 4-box, which is one of the great inventions to modern man. And on the 4-box, you don't have to have the click clang. You can get off the game, and it still shows you the game. That's what I did the other night. But for a second, I had it on the game, and it's going, Bino, that noise that it makes, it would put me in the insane asylum. And why do we still allow them to do that? They're such a bunch of, what do you call that? It's horrendous. It's like going to a New Year's Eve party loaded on acid, and that's what you would listen to for 4 hours.
You worry about a high school stinker. I think that game will get their attention now that Mississippi State should be 4-0 going into it. We'll see if that matters or not.
No,
that's going to have their attention.
Brian. There's no way,
Brian. Be wide awake.
Well, you better be, because it's going to be a nighttime game down there, and those people, whatever they are, you talk about a group that's going to be fired up for a game. You talk about an opportunity. Yeah. Joey football is going to have to listen to that. So we continue with more. God, what a compelling SEC season this is. It's the best sport on the planet. VIP Play. Will's hanging out with us today. You go over to VIP Play, use that promo code TN Tony. You tell them Tony sent you. It's incredible. We continue with more after this.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping neat or on the rocks or mixing with your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka, and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living Vol fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations
in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business. Conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
And B is me, and we're back with you. Tony B, back with you. 865-200-5402. Let's keep it live and legal, as we're an hour away from the Chase Man.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Fired up, focused, and prepared for hour number 2 on your Tony Basilio Show. Pumped to be with you. Jacked up, stacked and back. Shout out to VIP Play Willie, who left us during our timeout. Bino, I like old VIP Play Willie. Well, I think Willie's got a future. Willie helps us with our baseball coverage in the spring. He and Matt Dixon on Garza Law, Tennessee Baseball Extra Innings. It's hard to believe that we're right around the corner from Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. We bring you overtime shows after all these sports. We work a little harder. Somebody told me yesterday, saw somebody in the park. I said, Tony, you did 4 hours after the East Tennessee State game. What is the matter with you? And I said I would have done more if my back wasn't hurting. Bino, share with the living listener what we were just talking about during the break, and then we'll go back to the phones.
I was telling you, Tony, how strange it is that this new transfer portal. You know, the first thing that we saw was when everybody had their own podcast. Then all of a sudden, you couldn't see a minute of practice, anything that meant anything. And I guess I understand that. And now there's a new level where teams are so afraid of someone poaching players from their roster that you cannot find a depth chart anymore. In my preparation, I've always gone to our next opponent's game site or game notes and grabbed a depth chart so I could look at it and see who's who on their team. It's not just here, Tony. I went to Georgia's game notes. There's not a depth chart anywhere. Can't find one.
Bino, these guys need supervision in the worst way. Look, I think the NFL is a totally overrated product who's done a wonderful job of marketing itself. I really believe that. Pro football compared to college ball, no comparison to me. The NFL would never stand for that. These college coaches have way too much power. Way too much power. And they're not supervised. And locking your fans out, Bino, doesn't grow your sport. That does not grow your sport, Bino.
I agree, Tony. I agree. I don't understand how an NFL practice can be wide open and a college practice is just closed. From a coach's standpoint, I do understand that when every Tom, Dick, and Harry has got a phone and can film anything that you're doing in there, I understand that. And this depth chart thing is kind of specific to college because there ain't no pro team can come in and just steal somebody off your roster basically mid-season for the next year. You know,
ain't that the truth? I'll tell you this, and I told you this before. This Shelby McIntyre guy is going to get overtures from other teams because he looked really good Saturday, if you watch that. Sean Sinclair made a good point on our post game the other day, which is Tennessee threw 3 quarterbacks out there, and all of them were crisply executing the offense. Now, the Merklinger guy threw his interception for a touchdown. In a real game, that's what would have happened. And he had a bad camp, and that's kind of what he did. No offense to him. I'm not knocking him, but that's this McIntyre guy, Tennessee found a quarterback in him. They got what Orange Throat today called Josh Heupel lucky with him. Because Josh Heupel's gotten Josh Heupel lucky twice now. Bino used to call it Bruce Pearl lucky. The Hendon Hooker thing and this deal with Joey Aguilar, this thing with Joey Aguilar, if it pans out, and it looks like it might from here, might be the biggest stroke of luck we've seen in sports in a long, long time. Can you imagine, Bino, if they go on and have like a 9-3, 10-2 type year, which looks like it's set up for that, and this kid plays well, you imagine how Joey football is going to be regarded around here?
Yeah. No,
Guy'll never have to buy a drink or a dinner the rest of his life when he's here. I mean, imagine that.
Yeah.
And his mother.
He's a guy, Tony, because of his story that's moved around, that will have a home for life after it's all over.
It's crazy. His mother's over there crying with the grandmother, crying her eyes out, seeing him run through the tee. Just something that beautiful in this era. It's why you can't deal in absolutes. I hate the portal era. No, you don't. You hate some things about it, but there are good things about it. This kid getting an opportunity is a well worth celebrating piece of the portal. Let's see what happens from here. We go back to our phone.
The difference in Joey is he moved by necessity. All of his moves were trying to prove that he could play to someone. He's not just moving because thinks he's better than what he's been given.
Josh Hyper coming up in 10 or so. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on our Monday edition. You're on the air.
Tony, I would advise all Vol fans to have some extra caffeine, maybe a cup of coffee or a tea, because that Josh Heupel press conference is going to be an absolute snooze fest. A lot of non-information, a lot of coach speak, and a lot of nothing, my friend.
Yep, and we're going to bring it to you. We're looking greatly forward to it. We ought to get we ought to get a sponsor for him, like a No Dose.
Get a bed sponsor.
Or a bed sponsor. Yeah, a bed store CJ, if you're listening.
Study.
Yeah, or the sleep center. Yeah, that's because I'll tell you what the sleep center ought to do when you're getting people to sleep out there and studying their sleep habits. You ought to pipe some Hyper through there.
And listen, Tony, I think he's an incredible coach. Yeah, I think he's an incredible coach. I am so happy we have him.
Oh, yeah.
But my goodness, what a waste of time listening to any type of interview with him. No offense.
No, he doesn't try. He goes out of his way, which I can appreciate. He's heavily committed to the bit. He goes out of his way not to try, which I'm kind of for that. I there are bits sometimes that I commit to. Like I'm committed to the Andy bit. I'm committed to
I'm not, Tony.
Oh, I'm committed. Andy was the other day. He's the poet laureate of our state right now.
It is comical how you patronize him and indulge him. I do kind of get a chuckle out of it, my friend.
He is the poet laureate of the state.
He's something, Tony. By the way, you mentioned baseball. I'm sure you're shocked that I'm going to bring it up just briefly. But, Tony, I've heard I'm kind of shocked. There's been no publicity, no light shine on the fact that Tennessee is selling tickets to their first exhibition game back at First Horizon Park in Nashville, Sunday, October 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern. I haven't heard a peep about it.
Well, if Tony would reach out to me, I'd share that. That's the first I've heard of that.
I know. I mean, I'm not faulting you. You'd be all over it. I haven't heard it anywhere.
These people are clowns,
you haven't even announced it.
These people are clowns. So say it again. They're playing down there in the Sounds Park. What day?
Yeah, Tony. Public service announcement. Tickets went on sale to general public on Ticketmaster at 11 a.m. and over an hour ago. The game is on Sunday, October 26th, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe that's listed as Nashville time. But I know it's 1 p.m. First Horizon Park, Nash Vegas. They're playing Troy again.
Let's go!
They played Troy and Jackson last year, and they played Western Kentucky at a sold-out First Horizon Park in Nashville. No news on the second exhibition game so far. Well, there's really been no news on the first one, but anybody wants to grab tickets, they've got great seats available for like $29 on Ticketmaster, my friend.
I'll tell you what's crazy, Bino. They went from, before he got here, to not drawing 300 people in their own ballpark, true, to now selling $29, $30 tickets, Beanstar, barnstorming across the state of Tennessee and filling up these venues.
And they'll sell it out.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, 10,000 people.
in October.
I like last year when they played a game like late October, early November, Taylor, up there at the Smokies Park, and it was like 30 degrees outside. And I go, Tony,
I was there.
Who's going to go to that? He goes, I don't know.
Everybody.
Lot of people. And there was like 9,000 people there.
Tony, standing room only, sold out. Evan Russell was there being the ambassador he has. He lit the fire, Tony. We can thank Evan Russell and a few others, but that guy, he grabbed the hearts and minds of Vol Nation. There's no doubt about it, Tony. Hey, Tony, moving on to football. First of all, I got to commend Big Josh. If he's not the best caller, he's certainly worthy of a first ballot Hall of Famer. He gets me so fired up.
I love him.
He's got more passion, more love for the Vols and his little pinky finger than most humans have in their whole bodies. He's just so next level. He's so freaking outstanding. I gotta love that guy from Southwestern Virginia. He's an icon. He's a living legend. VFL. What do you think about that?
He oozes it. No, he oozes it. And when he's on, something happens to me. He does something to the pH in my blood.
Well, he is amazing. I love his passion. I love the fact that he has been a Vol through and through for decades. He's just so next level. But I am fired up about Georgia, Tony. Not about me, but I guess I've probably been. I don't have a memory like Brian and Matt, but I would say I think I've missed one Georgia Tennessee game in 30 years, and that was when my grandfather was ill in the hospital. But that's another matter. But Tony, I love this rivalry. I hate that it's going to be taken from us. I know it will. This will be the last year of a home and away every year versus Georgia. I can't believe I'm saying that. That's just remarkable. This is it, Tony. We're not going to play Georgia every year like we have for decades. It's sad, but I cannot wait for Saturday at 3:30. You talk about a fever pitch. You talk about the ticket market is exploded. I've never seen anything like it, for one. It is going to be one of the hardest tickets in Neyland Stadium history. It's going to be one of the biggest games. I love the fact College Game Day is coming. Tony Aguilar is a gamer. One of the most athletic plays I saw in person on Saturday. He was being tackled on his way to the ground and made a throw to the running back, a perfect throw. He can ad-lib, and he gets it. Bino, I hear you. He's had all day in a rocking chair back there these first two games. It's going to be much different against Georgia. But, man, the wool is starting to grow. I think we're going to upset Georgia on Saturday.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, Georgia's concerned that they haven't been able to generate much of a pass rush through two games. Now, again, this is what their people are saying that cover the team. Bino, do you buy that Georgia can't generate a pass rush, or do you buy that they've been as vanilla as Josh Heupel at a press conference through their first two games, purposefully? Like he is purposefully vanilla.
If I were Joey, I would be prepared to be under duress much more frequently than he's been first two games.
Yes. Because these people that think that they're struggling to get a pass rush, you got to be kidding me. You seriously, if that's you got to be now. Maybe they'll play the game, and maybe Georgia stinks up front. But this will be the first time Georgia stunk up front since Kirby's been there. Just saying. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Josh in Dallas. How's it going?
Hey, Josh, welcome in.
Hey, Bino, what about your Colts, man? I didn't think they looked that good. I watched a little bit of that game yesterday. They look like they might have a good year.
Hey, Josh, I was as stunned as you. I've been as down on. I thought Daniel Jones was just another long line of stiffs, and he may be. But I don't know if they've fallen on the right guy, or if after going 0-11-1 in week one the last 12 years, it was just time. I'm not sure which it is.
Hey, and the NFL guys, those guys that get to their second team, a lot of times it slows down for them. It happened last year with the Vikings with Darnold out of that same market. And who knows, Bino, because Daniel Jones looked like a much better prospect at Duke than when he got in the spin cycle in New York. And by the way, the Giants have turned into a horrible organization now. Just awful. Awful organization.
Well, Tony, I was going to tell you, you got me on the YouTube TV bit. And I started using that. And I'm actually a Titans fan, and I haven't got to see them. Living out in Dallas, I haven't seen them in years. And I bought an NFL ticket this year. And man, you talk about a loser. I've seen him in several years. My God, they're going to waste Cam Ward's career. I have never seen an NFL team.
I don't understand why they didn't let him throw the ball yesterday against a Bronco team that was they had bottled up all day long. Why are you not letting him throw the ball downfield a little bit? I mean, damn, man. Live a little.
The offensive line.
And that offensive line is dreadful.
And I don't know why they're building a stadium for that damn team, man. If it was me, man, I'd just sell the team at this point. They're like the route they're going. But, man, you talk about loser football, though, man. I haven't seen them really since they've had Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown and all those guys. But, man, you talk about a franchise that has just given up. I mean, that's the definition of it there.
When they gave A.J. Brown to the Eagles for next to nothing, and I was on the air at the time, I said, what are you trying to do, give us a Super Bowl? Guess what they did? They gave us a Super Bowl. You think the Eagles win the Super Bowl without A.J. Brown? The answer is no.
That shows what ownership can do to a team and just gutting a team from the bottom. And it's sad that it's gotten to this point because, I remember the days of like Eddie George, Steve McNair, growing up, going to those games, just how much the ownership has destroyed that team.
Yes, you're right on the money, my brother. Right on the money.
But I'll get off the NFL there for a minute. I wanted to ask you, because I know it is exciting the first couple of weeks, with the Vols these first few weeks. But I think one thing that's a little concerning to me is that we gave up 17 points to ETSU, and we've actually given up a decent amount of points in the first two games. And I didn't get to watch the game because there was no, I don't have the streaming service for it. But I haven't heard a lot of people talk about that, about, giving up 17 points to ETSU.
He's going in and out. Did y'all make out what he said there, Beanstar?
I'm sorry about that.
Hey, you're jumping in and out on us. Say that one more time for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm traveling today. But, yeah, I haven't heard a lot of people talking about us giving up 17 points to ETSU. And the first game, we also gave up a lot of points. That was just – I'm excited just like everybody else these first 2 weeks. But that's a little concerning me, the points that our defense has been giving up.
And, listen, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I love a Titan fan living in Dallas. It doesn't concern me at all because I don't draw anything from those first two games. I think this is a clean slate on both sides of the line of scrimmage. There's some things we've done offensively I like. Defensively, you're not going to know till you play Southeastern Conference teams. Look, I think our secondary is going to hold up, but you're down two corners, and Ricky Gibson's not going to play this week. So you're down two corners, and who the heck knows? Safety play, will Georgia, like they've done in years past, move our safeties around and, get us in electric football sets out there? It's possible, Bino, if their quarterback can execute. It's possible. I don't worry about our second and third team giving up points to ETSU, though. I just like I can't draw anything from our offense in that game, I can't draw anything from our defense in that game. What do you guys think? Is that fair?
Yeah, it's going to be a different animal from here on.
Yeah, it's real now.
Yeah, just this game alone, Tony, I'm actually more concerned with how we are able to move the ball against Georgia, which we haven't been able to do, than I am how they're going to move it against us.
Back to the phones we go. 865-200-5402. We're waiting for Josh Hyper. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony. This is JB from Western North Carolina.
Welcome, my man. Great to talk to you.
Yeah, I want to compliment you. First of all, I've called into a few talk shows in the past, and I called into yours about a week and a half ago. But you do put people at ease, and that's when they call in to talk to you, and that's good. There used to be a song on the radio up here years ago. I think it was a local DJ that would play it, and it was titled "Nothing Could Be Finer Than to Be in Carolina in the Morning." I would say that Rocky Top is the tune that would fit in front of that, as far as I'm concerned. But I will say this: I, like a lot of other people, are anticipating this Georgia game. And I think that it's probably already been said on your program this morning, but I will say it again. I think that we need to obviously rush the quarterback as much as we can, be it blitz or just extreme pressure, and see what he can really do in the pass game. And I agree with you. As long as we score points, maybe it was your co-host Bino said, as long as we score points, let the defense work it out. It may be another week of growth for them, but it'll be exciting to watch.
Thank you, my man. I'll tell you this. Residents of both North Carolina and Tennessee, especially where you are extremely blessed, man. And because that's beautiful there. And as for putting people at ease, I love and celebrate people. When we go out on Fridays, we see all these people that come from all over the country. A gentleman stopped me from Florida the other day and said, man, I came here today because I wanted to meet you. And I hugged him and I said, hey, I hugged a guy and I said, listen, that matters to me. You're watering my soul right now. And so we all share this thing. We all love this thing. To me, the fellowship of the moment and this Tennessee thing that we all kind of share, it doesn't matter where we live. Because, look, I'm a consumer as well as being a professional of what I do. And so there are times where I close my eyes and listen to Philly radio, and I close my eyes and I think about being a little kid and being in my basement, listening to baseball games. And there's just something magical about our medium that it just takes you home. It just connects you, you know? And I want to be that conduit. So I appreciate your kind words. As for this weekend, Tennessee better score more than 17 points, or we're going to be on here having a funeral next weekend on the air.
Yeah, we definitely do not want a glum program come next week.
No.
But I would say this too. You commented about listening to Pennsylvania or listening to the Philly radio when you were a kid. I remember listening to the Reds on radio when I was a child of the nighttime. And that was played out of one of the stations there in Knoxville. I won't say which station because it may be another station that you're not on, but those kind of memories, they bode well for all of us. And that was part of what formed me as even a UT fan, was listening to the Vols on the radio on Saturday.
700 WLW back in the day. Thank you, my man. The magic that John Ward brought to the table. The guy's a legend, just like the legends at the microphone right now. Here he is, presented by the Bed Store. CJ, what's up? Josh Heupel.
How's everybody? Pleased with what our guys did last weekend, and today's about getting better. They were great in the building. Obviously, we know the test that we have in front of us, facing a really good Georgia football team. It's a great weekend, opportunity for game day to be here on the biggest stage in college football. And while that's going on, get a chance to also recognize and welcome back one of our own, and John Henderson, College Football Hall of Famer, one of the greats to have ever played the position, and certainly one of the greats here. And it'll be great to have a bunch of his teammates back here as we get a chance to celebrate him too. Checker Nealon, anticipate our fans helping bring in the Nealon effect here and create a great atmosphere on Saturday afternoon. So looking forward to the contest and the preparation during the course of the week. Open it up.
It's just right here in front. How do you prep for a guy like Gunnar Stockton, who really has such limited experience, just his first full year as a starter, and they've only played Marshall and Austin Peay? How does your staff find unique ways to scout a guy like that for such a big game?
He's played really well. You look at him this year, he's taking great care of the football. He's been accurate with it. He's got the ability to be extremely mobile and extend and create plays on his own. You got to do a great job of applying pressure, but still bottling him up inside of the pocket, not letting him get outside of it. And if they choose, he certainly can be a part of the quarterback run game as well and try to tilt the numbers. So huge test for us defensively. Communication will be important. All the shift trade motion before the snap of the football as well. We got to be at our best.
Coach, at receiver, you got some young guys that are obviously very talented. Georgia has a history or reputation for being really physical on the perimeter. Mm-hmm. What kind of a point of emphasis is that for your guys this week, and where do you think they are?
Yeah, absolutely. In this football game, there's one-on-ones that guys are going to have to win all over the football field. And you're talking about the wide receivers. That's going to happen at the line of scrimmage as well. And, you got to play with fundamentals and technique. And get off of it. That's, press man and, all the coverage variation that they have. You also have to be able to recognize those things as well. And, protecting the quarterback, winning the line of scrimmage, going to be important, and vice versa for us defensively. We got to do a great job against the run. You got to get them in third and longs, and then you got to be able to get off the field.
Coach, what's one thing that excites you about this week just after watching some film?
I'm excited to go compete. This is a conference opener, great opponent, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. So for us, the preparation is going to be important, focusing in on what matters, which is your preparation, the details of it. The subtleties of this game, you got to go win one-on-ones, but you got to play assignment sound. You're playing a really good opponent. You can't give them anything. And then through your preparation, when a play presents itself, you got to be able to go make it.
Adam and Paige. Josh George's certainly under Kirby has been really good on the line of scrimmage, not just in this game, but every game. How much of that physical style is personnel? How much of that is philosophy and scheme?
Well, they are extremely physical as a football team. They're well coached, across the board. But the line of scrimmage, the combination of those things with their skill sets, their talent, the athletic traits that they have, I think it's a combination of all those parts.
How much of an emphasis are you putting on ball security when it comes to maybe some of the passes by Joey that look a little high, or just not being able to keep control of the ball in the pass game?
Yeah, ball security will be important in this one. It's a game of limited possessions. You got to maximize your opportunities. The ball is everything. You can't give them short fields, and you got to maximize your opportunities when you're on the plus side of the 50 as well. And that comes in the form of the guy that has the ball in his hands. As far as our skill players securing it, it's the quarterback taking care of it in the pass game, being decisive and reading things the right way. It comes in the form of protection too. So it's all 11. They got to do a great job of it.
During pregame last week, Lance Hurd led the offensive line huddle and was very animated and emotional during his pep talk. How have you seen him take on that leadership role, and why is it important that he has?
Yeah, a lot of new guys in there. He's one guy that had time on task inside of our program. That was a challenge that I and Coach Ellerby and our staff presented to him during the course of the offseason. Lance has grown a bunch in the time that he's been here. Came in as a transfer, really 6 months into college football. Dealt with adversity last year, some injuries, played through a lot of it, and has had a great offseason, but really grew as a leader for our program, and excited about the steps that he's taken in that way.
Coach, you just talked about getting 11 guys. I mean, is coming in this week, are we getting some guys off of injury, like Jamal McCoy or anybody else? Are we getting closer to getting some guys off of injury?
Yeah, I'm going to refer you guys to the injury availability report. I'm not sure what day it comes out, but it'll be out on Wednesday.
You've been waiting all season to get to answer that question.
Yeah, no doubt.
Safety play, defending the middle of the field. How do you feel like that group has played? How well do you feel like you've defended the middle of the field through 2 games? And how important will that be this week?
you're going to have to defend the entire field in this one. But middle of the field's important. I feel like we've done a good job. There's a couple things that we've given up, a couple of weeks ago on some third downs in particular, that we can play better. Some of our zone principles, pattern reading, those types of things. But all in all, it's been sound.
Georgia's obviously had a lot of turnover in their skill position players, including a wide receiver, Zachariah Branch. What do you see from Georgia's skill players, including Branch specifically?
Yeah, still really talented, got speed, playmakers. Branch is a guy that's played at a high level, has experience, played really well here the first couple of games, dynamic in the return game as well. He poses a big test for us.
During your time here, it seems like y'all have hit on transfers more than you've missed. I mean, it feels like that a lot of your players that have come from the portal, and they've not necessarily been the biggest names coming in, but they've been, household names when they leave here. Why do you think that is, and what is it about maybe this group of Star, and obviously Joey's coming in, but I mean, Colton Hood, Pendleton, all those players that have allowed them to have success?
Yeah, through the recruiting process and the portal recruiting is sped up. I think our personnel staff, our coaches have done a great job background identifying the traits that we look for in recruiting, not just portal guys, but high school guys as well, and been able to attract the right player and the right type of kid here. I also think our leadership here is a big part of that too, and helping onboard those guys and get them going in the right direction right away.
Coach, after a big win, how do you make sure that your team stays grounded and focused going into a game against a team like Georgia?
Yeah, previous Saturday has nothing to do with what's going to happen, transpire the following Saturday. Nothing good or bad follows with you. You got to learn from your lessons, and your preparation practice take you to a position being ready to go play at a high level. And in this one, the details are going to matter. And, that comes in, your fundamentals, your technique, your eye discipline, everything post snap can be really important.
With this game being earlier in the year than it has been, is there any difference in preparation? Is there any have to maybe adjust more on the fly because you don't have as much to study and prepare for with them playing 2 games and you guys only playing 2 games against the opponents you played?
Yeah, I think all of your early season games, we talked about it before week 1, after week 1 too. But even at this point, there's less, current video of, what they're doing. So communication adjustments are important in this one. That's your players on the field. It's also your coaches and players together when you get to the sideline.
I believe it was the final drive against ETSU. Joey Aguilar was in the huddle with the team as you guys are getting ready for your last offensive drive. What is it about Joey, and how special is it to have a quarterback like that even at the end of the game, he's very actively in the huddle?
Yeah, great teammate. That's who he's been from the time that he got here, developing relationships as he was first onboarding into our program, and certainly a guy that cares about the guys that are around him, and to go cheer on the other quarterbacks, the other young guys that were getting an opportunity, speaks to who we know him to be on a day-to-day basis, and I think that's important in your leadership from your team.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Josh Heupel, ladies and gentlemen, meeting the depressed over at the University of Tennessee. We come back on the other side. We talk about what he had to say. If you were wanting some injury stuff, your SOL. We continue with more on the other side after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline, online at tldlogistics.com.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at greatagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team started at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple weight filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for
Hey,
Advent.
whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's Easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
B is me as we welcome you back. We thank Josh Heupel today for breaking it down scientifically. Now we go back to our phones on your TLD Logistics phone line. Look, I think we're heading for a TLD Logistics overdrive overtime. I don't know what to tell you. On a week where it's Georgia week, and Josh Heupel was asked a rather banal question, an inane question, which is, how do you keep your guys focused for the Georgia game? Oh, geez, I don't know. I don't know. How do we keep them focused? I mean, when those are the questions you're getting and you're over there, it might be time to end the press conference. I used to have a buddy who would say, we'd sit on the phone, as kids, and he'd say, Tony, when you're asking me something like that, the phone call's over, and he'd hang up on me. So let's go back. Let's go back to the phones.
Yeah, it's hard to come out of the clouds after beating the Bucks, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, how do we
for
keep
a game against Georgia?
How do we keep our guys focused? Jeez, I don't know. By the way, the Taji has texted me. ESPN bet the line is now dipped to 3.5.
Woo!
I mean, are we on the planet Earth here? This game's a straight pick 'em on a neutral field. Is that what you're telling me? Jeez, wow. Jeez, wow. As we get our next call in, hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Tony B, Brother Bino. What's up?
What is happening, Sammy?
The artist formerly known as Sammy and the Ree.
Bino, who would you rather have? Your boy, Big Josh, in the locker room firing them boys up, or Tony B talking about, I'm ready?
Well, Big Josh is a absolute classic locker room speech guy. He gets me ready to play.
You don't like how Connexio Kristen turns me into like silly putty, and I go, I'm ready. That doesn't do anything for you, Sammy. I'm ready.
Tony, I've got to give you crap about that.
I guess if you're asking me that, Sammy, I guess my question for myself would be, would I be rather ready to run through a wall or ready to choke someone until their eyes bulge out? That's the difference, because Josh fires me up and Tony sometimes just pisses me off.
That's not fair, man.
Tony, listen, and PSA to Big Josh, listen, brother, don't call in again till Friday, because hell, I'm ready to drive up there right now and get ready. My
Josh,
God.
don't listen. I would need you on the hook every day this week.
He's fantastic.
To counteract some of the joy killers like Matt Dixon, who will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, and some of your Karen callers.
Exactly.
Tony,
what'd you think of my Phillies Karen over the weekend that took the home run ball away from that little boy? Speaking of Karens, did you see that?
Oh, They will, dude. They're gonna drag her so bad.
Bino, did you see that woman? She went over to that guy and said, "That's my ball." She was like 2 rows behind it.
All I've seen, Tony, is I've been going on Facebook, and she's been getting drugged like an old Western when they tie you to a horse. It's just ridiculous.
We live in an era, too, where they're like going to identify her and cancel her. I mean, it's not all that, but I hope she checks her head. And I hope when she looks at that baseball, she realizes I took this from a little kid, a 7-year-old kid at that, whose father's over there hugging him. I mean, what are we doing as a society?
Yeah, no kidding. And, you know, the dad was so nice. He turned around and just handed her the ball, man. There's no way, but you know what's going to happen, Tony, and they've already gifted him a whole bunch of gear. Hell, they're going to end up giving that kid season tickets. He's going to be good, brother.
By the way, to my listeners in Pennsylvania, that woman is hard, and I mean hard looking, okay? She's very hard, and I'm not crack. I love my women. And I value people. But this lady has that hard Delco look on her face. Those of you that are from there, that lady screams Delco at me. No offense to Delco.
She lives down in there among the Florida Gator fans.
God, and she looks like a Florida fan.
That's what Florida Gators do.
She has that fake. She has that fake blonde hair, like one of those heel wrestlers. I mean, and she played the heel the other night. Give me that ball. She goes, "That's my ball. That's mine. That's mine." Lady, and the worst thing about it, Bino, she didn't even have a kid with her. She wanted the ball for herself. I mean, what are we doing, lady? Jeez.
Well, it's crazy how stuff works out, Tony. I might have told you this, but I was at Busch Stadium one time. Guy fouled one off on Yadier Molina's glove, off his mitt. We had good seats down the first base line there. And that ball was coming right at me, bro. It went right past the screen. It was coming right at me. I was watching it go into my hand, and this person threw their arms up in front of me. The ball ricocheted around, and this guy picked it up and gave it to his niece. She ends up getting a game ball that she was actually at her first outing after her father had passed away. Her uncle had taken her to a Cardinals game. And, you know, I just thought right there that, you know, it was meant to be.
And I know you, Sammy, I know you well enough to know that you were thinking to yourself, if I'd have known that when I caught this ball, I was going to hand it to you anyway. If somebody would have told me that. I know you. I know your heart.
For sure. Tony, the line is, so it's gone to 3.5.
3.5, baby.
Listen, what do you see when they put Joey Aguilar's face in the camera at the end of the game? It's kind of like Will the Thrill. I call him Will the Thrill, but it's kind of like, you know, calling a guy tiny that's 6'7", 375 pounds. You know, he's just cool as the other side of the pillow, brother. And that's what Joey looks like to me. He's not going to get flustered. Tony, this stuff, we talked about Boo Carter. Boo Carter is him, brother. And I'm telling you right now, this Saturday, he's going to let the whole world know, because he's going to take one back to the house, and that place is going to come unglued, son. Tony, the running backs, let them bring the pressure. We're going to run it down their damn throat. And that's what's going to happen, brother. Put it on the board. Hey, Big Orange by 2 scores. I can't wait, brother. Go Big Orange.
Go like a runaway train, which is a great 90s jam. Hello and welcome into the next call. You're on the air.
How are my French compatriots doing today?
Hey, W. Lynn, welcome in.
I think Bino should go to the press conference next week and ask Coach Heupel why he can't find the depth chart with a search warrant for any team in college football.
Bino says they're all doing it now. You know why they're all doing it?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Because we have no commissioner. These athletic directors are afraid of these football coaches, and nobody will stand up to them. That's a group of people that has way too much power. And it takes my breath away.
Yeah, it does. Because we're sitting there watching the game, and I can't tell anybody who's a starter and who's not and what's going on, and but that's okay. We're winning. I'm not going to let that get me down. But
no.
In my dreams that I've been dreaming for a playoff all my life, and now I'm going to do the mock 16-team playoff by the coaches poll. We would be the 15th seed playing at Penn State, and we would play the winner of Texas, South Carolina in the Sugar Bowl if the playoff started today.
Bino, are you for that or against that? Us at Penn State.
I would love us against Penn State, Tony. I know you wouldn't, but I would.
I would hate that with every fiber of my being, because I would never hear the end of it if we lost, and they would never hear the end of it if we won.
Yeah, I know it. But
because I am a world-class trash talker and obnoxious by nature.
Oklahoma gets bumped out of the 16th spot by the group of 5 representatives, South Florida.
Which is a total joke, by the way. Hey, by the way, that Oklahoma quarterback, he better learn to get on the ground or he ain't going to live to tell about it this year. Because
that's right.
He needs to quit playing hero ball and get his ass on the ground. He's stiff-arming people, Bino, the other day with Michigan and running people over. You do that in this league, son, and you will leave the field on a cart before the year's over. That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, I tell you what, Tony, he's an impressive young man, both on the field, and that interview after the game was about as good as I've heard.
He's very team-oriented. I was really impressed with Mateer over the weekend.
I think Coach Vitello and Coach Elander should go over there with Joey Football and teach him how to slide this week. Because he's got to slide.
They ought to teach their own team how to slide, W. Lynn, based on what I saw last spring.
But now Big Josh got me fired up. This is some WN math here. Coach Majors, Coach Nealon, Coach Capagal always said the kicking game's 1/3 of the game. That's the hidden yardage. I'm saying the Tennessee fans are 17% of the game this week. So that's 50% of the game is going to be impacted by the kicking game and our 12th man.
And W. Lynn, somehow to me, that's as real as Pro Football Focus and their ratings. Bino, W. Lynn, thank you. That's as real as PFF and their ratings, W. Lynn.
Speaking of ratings here and rankings,
half the game, W. Lynn says is going to be the crowd and the special teams. PFF, Chris Collinsworth, eat your heart out. Go ahead, Brian.
The Athletic came up with their 1 through 36 rankings.
The Athletic
of the teams. The Athletic.
They've
got LSU number 1.
As in, he's an athlete. Continue.
They've got LSU number 1. They got Georgia down at number 9. They've got Tennessee at number 24. SEC teams ranked ahead of the Vols. Alabama at 22. Missouri at 20. Ole Miss 19. South Carolina 17. Vanderbilt checks in at 16. Oklahoma 14. Auburn 13. And the aforementioned Georgia at 9. Texas 5. And LSU 1.
Bino, I'm a big believer that 19 through 30 this year are going to beat on each other all year long. I'm sorry, 9 through 30 are going to beat on each other all year long. There's 5 very good teams in the deal, and there's a bunch of teams, and maybe Georgia's one of the 9. Maybe Georgia is down there. And if they are, they're very beatable this weekend, because I think you're going to see that all year long, these teams that are in that kind of middle to the top of the deal. And I don't care where you put the Vols, as long as you put them in that top 30, because that means you got a puncher's chance when you walk on the field with all these teams.
Yeah, Tony, and I've looked at this thing, and it looks like that so far, it looks like that Alabama and Florida and Georgia may be more gettable than I thought at the first of the year. And Mississippi State, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Vandy aren't the gimmies I'd hoped for.
And so that is the point. That is the absolute point. is that your top-end teams feel like they're more in reach, and every time you walk on the field in this league, you can lose a football game. That's going to be the theme here going forward, because I think that's the truth when it comes to us as we continue with more after this.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Chilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's national award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with